Clouds of change hung over Nairobi, the region's economic hub. But when it comes to environmental management, Nairobi, however, looks west to her small sister, Rwanda, for lessons. Rwanda, the land of 1,000 hills, started the journey of 1,000 miles in 2004.
I don't say it wasn't challenging. Of course, it involves mindset change. And always where there is change, there is resistance to change.
The zero tolerance for plastics offered tough acclimatization for Kenyans living in Rwanda. They had no option but to change. Caroline Odero arrived in Kigali just when the ban was being effected.
At first it was really difficult because I was wondering, how am I going to put my mboga in the fridge? Yeah. And my mom decides to put for me some omena and fish. When I reach the border, I have to remove everything and buy brown envelope and put my fish or my omena into it.
It's about dinner time. Caroline prepares a meal for the family. Hardly can you spot a plastic paper in the kitchen, just the brown paper, popularly referred to here as envelope. The Rwanda culture is now part of her, a life free from the use of plastic paper bags.
We have fresh and cooked foods. So this is peas. We don't need to use juala to keep it.
Storage and separation of food is done with the reusable plastic containers.
Collecting all our trash from the house, we have these gunias.
She tries to spread the Rwandese anti-plastic culture whenever she visits Kenya. For her 2 children, however, life without plastic bags is normal. Caroline and her husband are teachers in Kigali.
Nobody carries food in the hand, so you must buy the envelope. So the discipline is there that whatever you buy, make sure you are saving 50 francs or 100 francs for the envelope. It is part of your budget.
Nyabugogo Market sits at the heart of Kigali. As a Kenyan visiting the market, several things stand out. First, the envelope and the carrier bags. You either buy one or bring one.
If I buy potatoes, they put it directly in the gunia. If I buy maize, they don't remove the green part. Even meat, even matumbo, they put it in the brown envelope. So it's upon you to move with it very fast to where you are going. Or you can carry your container.
Sawa hivi niko hapa, sina kitu ya kutilia ndani kilia. Yeye peke analeta envelope, analeta kamfuko, tunamzorea ndani matunguru, anakamata natia ndani mkitu yake analeta yeye peke.
Nampatia envelope kwa juu plastiki wanatufunga.
This is one of the busy mornings. You can only know by the number of customers. The floors are clean. When done with the customer, you clean up. The waste is collected 3 times a day.
Tunalipa pesa za hapa tunatumikia.
The money will go towards managing the market. That includes a meticulous garbage collection plan.
Tunafajia kuko fasi moja tunatiaga uchafu kule, alafu gari na kuya banatia ndani ya gari naenda kutupa mbali. Hivi kabisa ni maki ni mzuri mwa hii soko yetu, hamna uchafu, tunaona ni mzuri kabisa.
A culture instilled here of a people owning a process they know will not only benefit them but the generations to come. Like most markets, this one here in Kigali, Rwanda is just as busy. But the difference between the markets here in Rwanda and those ones in Kenya is not just the level of organization in the garbage collection, but the stench. The air here is clean. At KG 113 Street, a Kenyan-owned restaurant, The Master Grill, is popular here for its nyama choma. It's mandatory to have such a sticker at the gate.
Ndio mtu yote akipita, hata watu wenye wanakuja kuangalia maneno ya usafi wanaona hiyo company ndio yenye inatubebea.
When they need to use plastic, it's the biodegradable one.
Hii ndio dustbin area. Lazima isotiwe. So kuna moja ya makaratasi, kuna moja tunaekanga vitu kama manyama, kuna ingine ya macartons na ya machupa.
The miners have been here 5 years now.
Ni huku kuna enforcement. For example, unaweza imagine kufanya biashara kama hii, a restaurant where we also sell alcohol and food. You only need one license. You register with the board and you get your trading license. But inspections inakuanga strict.
It's all sectors that are involved in the ban. Everyone takes responsibility for her space.
Educating our people to avoid littering practice. People used to drink, you drink water in that plastic bottles, you just throw it. Eating sweet, you just throw it. And people started buying in and enjoying the fruits of having a clean environment.
Like Kenya, the change faced resistance at first. Fines were put in place.
When we get into your shop, you are using plastic illegally. We normally fine 300,000 Rwandan francs. If it's a repetition, we actually close your shop and also fine you again.
The fruits included a title. Kigali is arguably the cleanest city in Africa.
And everyone who comes here marvels at the cleanness of this city. But it's not only Kigali. If you move around Rwanda, every part of this country is very clean.
The dirt road that leads to the villages is clean as the towns. Rwandan President Paul Kagame spearheads the mandatory monthly cleaning.
In one of the discussions President Kagame was making around keeping the country clean, the city clean, one of the issues, actually one of the things that he said was very important, he said, look, if we go back to our own history as Africans, we are always very clean. And therefore it means that if you do not have money, if you're a poor person, that you must be dirty.
The people held on to a culture, left the past habits behind, forging for a cleaner, safer environment. As Kenya takes notes from her sister, a lot, he says, lies in the awareness campaign.
So that the local populations, people who actually are directly impacted by this pollution of the environment, become the owners of the process.
These are deliberate efforts by everybody in this country, including the Kenyans who live here. It's not that Kenyans cannot come out and clean.
All the garbage lands here. The nearest dumping site is about an hour-and-a-half drive from the city. But there are no mountains of trash, just heaps of garbage. Most are degradable, as some are recycled. Waste management is done at the site. A country forging ahead, a burden lifted for the next generation. Even at this point, the journey continues. Masi Kandia Tanui, Kigali, Rwanda.